This is Your Anxiety Toolkit, episode number 165. Welcome to Your Anxiety Toolkit. I'm your host, Kimberly Quinlan. This podcast is fueled by three main goals. The first goal is to provide you with some extra tools to help you manage your anxiety. Second goal, to inspire you. Anxiety doesn't get to decide how you live your life. And number three, and I leave the best for last, is to provide you with one big, fat virtual hug. Because experiencing anxiety ain't easy. If that sounds good to you, let's go. Welcome, friends. How are you doing? I am happy to be here. Happy to have the breath. Happy to have this technology to do this with you. Happy to have some relief from the heat. Happy to have this moment with you. So thank you for being here and thank you for giving me your very precious time. I know you probably have tons of things you need to be doing and tons of different episodes and podcasts that you could be listening to. So I am so grateful that you choose to spend your time with me. Today is the night before the election. So as you listen to this, you actually know who won. Well, I'm hoping you know who won. And I'm hoping and praying for a peaceful transition, however that may be. So, keep in mind as you listen to this that I'm coming from a place of complete uncertainty. But there's something really cool about that. I am embarking on potentially taking an international trip where I will be gone for a long time. And that will involve me being away from my family and being isolated in a quarantine hotel for several weeks. And my emotions, I'm not going to lie, are pretty much through the roof. They are all over the place, actually. I swing from being grateful to angry to sad to happy to irrational fear. It's all over the shop. And I've been wanting to do this episode to talk to you about this for several weeks as I have mulled over this decision. And we've already had, we always have podcast episodes planned weeks ahead. And I wasn't going to jump in and ruin the flow. And so here I am sharing with you the main tools that I am using as I embark on this very uncertain time. You are going through uncertain time. COVID is having its way with us and running the show. And so my guess is that you're having tons of feelings too. And I wanted to talk with you about that. So here is the main premise of this episode. Feelings, and I've said this before, so this might be old news, but I think it warrants saying it again. Feelings are meant for feeling. I'll say it again. Your feelings are meant for feeling. So what I mean by this is right now I'm having all of these different feelings, opposing feelings. Some of them are pretty strong and aggressive. Some are, break open your heart wide open. Some will cause me significant discomfort and pain, and some will be new and I'll be curious about them. Where we get into trouble is when we take over and believe that we are supposed to control them and that we're the gatekeeper of them. Some we're supposed to have, some we're not. I'll allow that one in. I won't allow this one in. I am the ruler of feelings. And I get that, particularly when things are really tough like they are. You sometimes do need to be a gatekeeper to your emotions and feelings. But at the end of the day, what do we know? That most of the times feelings, when you push them down or you wrestle with them, you try and make them go away, they usually get stronger and they usually create more problems. So let's say you're angry and you don't want to feel angry and you try to push it down. Chances are you're going to then feel sad or resentful or even more angry. Or you might even notice that then you get numb because you've pushed everything away. Or if you're having the feeling of fear and you don't want to feel that fear, you want it to go away, and you push it down and you push it down, you might find that you have explosive anger or an extreme degree of irritability. And this is normal, right? I'm not telling you that this is wrong. This is normal human behavior. But what I want to talk to you guys about today is this idea that feelings are supposed to be felt. You're supposed to feel your feelings. And when you feel them and you wade your way through them, you heal them. You allow them. You build a sense of friendship with them. Instead of with anger, and I felt a lot of anger in the last few weeks for different reasons, right? I'll get angry at COVID, and then I'll get angry at masks for not working better, or then I'll get mad at people for not wearing masks, or then it's like I get all over the place, right? But then the anger just kind of gets crazy for me anyway. I don't know about you. I'm totally happy to admit to my own, crazy anger, that's okay. But they kind of can get out of control. If you're trying not to feel them, lots more stuff happens. And usually, if it's me, and I'll explain to you, is we get ourselves into trouble then. We say things we don't mean. We do things we regret. And so what I have learned is instead of being the gatekeeper, I pretend that the feeling is like, a guest. And it comes to the gate and I am the gatekeeper. And each time I say, hello, anger, hello, fear, hello, irritability, I see you, come on in. And I allow them to be there as long as they need. And I honor that each and every one of these emotions has a purpose. I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed to be anxious. I'm allowed to be whatever I feel. And so are you. None of these feelings make us bad. None of these feelings define who we are. They're temporary emotions that we are supposed to feel. And when you take away the judgment of good and bad and right and wrong, you can start to see them as just waves that flow through you. It might be for me as an immense wave of sadness for all the pain in the world. That'll breeze through me. And I want to push it away and I want to neutralize it or make it better or whatever. Then I might move to anger, right? Or irritability or grief or depression or whatever it may be. But I actually want to go, wow, this sadness is what then propels me to connect with people. I feel sad because I love people. This anxiety is beautiful. It's hard, I'm not going to lie, but this anxiety is important because it shows me what I value. It's evidence that I love deeply these people, these things, these items in my life, these values. This anger is important. It shows me that I'm willing to fight for the rights of people or the values of people or what's the right thing to do. And I'm grateful for the ability to have these feelings and listen to them and feel them and sort of hold their hand and be a tender companion to them as they flow through my body. So I'm saying this to you not just to say, wow, look at me go. I definitely don't want that to be the vibe of this episode. What I want it to be is an opportunity and a permission giving for you to give yourself permission to feel, to allow the feelings you have to be felt in your body, however that may be. Might be in your stomach, in your shoulders, in your head, behind your eyes, through your chest, in your shoulders, in the back, in your legs, wherever you feel it, in whatever combination, feel it. They won't hurt you. They'll be painful, no doubt. And it'll suck, no doubt. I'm not saying any of this is fun. I'm not saying any of this is like joyful. But what I am saying is it reduces the secondary problems and consequences. It increases your sense of empowerment over these emotions so that you don't feel like they have control over you. It's not that you have control of them, but you have sort of the command, meaning you're the gatekeeper. You can say, I allow you in. That's a very empowering statement. I allow you in. Welcome. Come on in. This is, for me, it's just a gift. It's such a gift of saying, I'm giving myself permission to feel. I'm not going to hide it anymore. I'm not going to pretend anymore. I'm not going to push them away. I deserve to feel these. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to move through my feelings. So that's all I have to say. That's all my goal is here today. Feelings are meant for feeling. And there's nothing wrong with the feelings that you have. Give yourself tons of compassion as you go. Honor each and every feeling and what triggered it for you. Please, I really beg you to honor and validate and wrap yourself in a warm blanket of self-compassion for the feeling that just arose. Feel it. Feelings are meant for feeling. That's it. I'm going to leave it at that because I want you to think a little. I want you to take a little bit of time. I want you to check in. What am I feeling right now? Can I feel it? Can I actually embrace it? Have a relationship with it that is kind and loving and compassionate. So I'm going to leave you there. Take some time, think about it. Always let me know what you think about this stuff. If you've got thoughts, you can go, over to Instagram and just let me know, right? I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Okay. I love you guys. I hope you're doing well. It is a beautiful day to feel your feelings and do the hard things. Have a good day. Please note that this podcast or any other resources from cbtschool.com should not replace professional mental health care. If you feel you would benefit, please reach out to a provider in your area. Have a wonderful day and thank you for supporting cbtschool.com.